thank you for joining us for Together San Diego. I'm Paola Hernandez Shao from the San Diego Union-Tribune. Now in its 28th year, the Writer Symposium by the Sea at Point Loma Nazarene University creates inspiring conversation and celebrates great writing. Our guest today is Dean Nelson. He will discuss the value of storytelling and why the writers coming to the symposium in February will inspire attendees to become great storytellers. Hi, Dean. Great to see you. Thank you for being with us on the show today.
Paula, it's always fun being with you. So thank you for having me on your program. I love talking about stories, and I know if you're with the Union-Tribune, so do you. So hope the public does too.
And I know you're a great storyteller yourself. Tell us
Thanks.
about this. Tell us about the symposium, how it got started, and what attendees can expect this year.
You know, the Writer Symposium by the Sea is, there are just these amazing conversations that happen between the writers and the audience and myself. And it's a way to get beyond just the produced work that a writer has done and get behind it and say, how did this come about? And how did you become a writer? And how do we become better storytellers? So we got to thinking about how to do that more than, well, yeah, as you say, 28 years ago. And it's just kind of blossomed into this time where great writers want to come and talk about storytelling. And I just think it's one of the most inspiring things I do all year long.
It is a wonderful opportunity to meet directly and speak directly and ask questions of the authors. Tell us about the dates and the times and the location.
The Writer Symposium this year is coming up in February 21st to 24th. And it's a chance for the audience to really hear about the craft of writing. You know, we have a kind of our stated purpose of the Writer Symposium is to inspire and model and celebrate great writing. And so as we talk with these writers, they just help us see how rich and how deep the tradition is of great storytelling. And maybe one of the outcomes might be you might decide as an audience member, I think I've got a story to tell. And that's what we want to have as kind of an outcome.
I'm also sharing on screen some of the information that you sent us in regards to the Writer Symposium. Here's some information on some of the authors. Let's transition now to the authors. I'm also sharing on screen that for information and tickets, they can go to pointloma.edu/writers /. So tell us about the authors that are coming this year.
I'm really excited about all of them. They come from such different directions and different backgrounds. Maria Hinojosa, for instance, is just a legend in the world of not just journalism but in writing in general. She's an entrepreneur. She started her own media company. She hosts Latino USA on NPR. She just won a Pulitzer Prize for her Suave podcast. But she speaks to issues that I think are really important to people, especially in San Diego, that have to do with the border and immigration and human rights and celebrating cultural differences. I'm very excited about her, but really I'm excited about all of them. Anthony Doerr's book, All the Light We Cannot See, won the Pulitzer Prize. And his more recent one, Cloud Cuckoo Land, is even more significant in my opinion. All the Light We Cannot See is being made into a movie. I've heard him speak. I've hung out with Anthony Doerr. I think people are going to be in for an amazing evening of conversation with him. William Finnegan from the New Yorker writes about a topic that's near and dear to many San Diegans, which is surfing. And he's going to be with us, as well as I think one of the most significant Native American writers in the country, N. Scott Momaday. It's just a time of celebrating diversity and culture and great storytelling.
I'm also sharing on screen, Dean, how the tickets can be found, and more information is available at pointloma.edu/writers, and the tickets as well. I also shared, and you and I were talking about this, so the ticket prices vary from 5 to 20. Tell us how that works.
They do. Students, we want students to come, especially. And so student tickets are $5, and they can go online and just put their school code or school name in there for the code. But then there's a varying rate, $20 of general admission, and then it goes up from there if you also want a book by the author and signed. In some of the cases, you can have the book signed by the author. So it really varies, and I would encourage you just to go to the website at pointloma.edu/writers, and you can see the varying levels of tickets for that.
And then something also that you have this year is the theme. It's writing that celebrates.
Yeah, we try to come up with a theme each year where there's something in common for each of the writers. Last year it was writing that provokes. We had some very provocative people last year with Cornel West and David Brooks and Nadia Bolz-Weber. This year, when we looked at what each of these writers is doing, and maybe a common thread, is they're really celebrating something. Maria Hinojosa, for instance, is just celebrating her culture and celebrating being a person of two countries. She was born in Mexico City and came to the United States as a young person. Scott Momaday celebrates his cultural background as an indigenous person. Anthony Doerr celebrates just life in difficult situations, which he was writing about World War II and his All the Light We Cannot See, and then other aspects in his most recent book. And then William Finnegan, I think, celebrating the beauty of the ocean and the beauty of being out in nature. He's just a brilliant writer. One of the things I think that they have in common is that they all will help us recognize the beauty and the just what it is to an amazing thing to be a human being in this time.
I'm again sharing the website, pointloma.edu/writers, for tickets and information. Also, Dean, on social media at Writer Symposium by the Sea on Facebook and on Instagram and Twitter at Writers by the Sea. I checked out your social media yesterday, and you have updates on what's happening. A lot of exciting things are coming. For folks that have not been to Point Loma Nazarene University, tell us a little bit about the setting. I know it's gorgeous.
It is gorgeous.
Some of the plans for some folks that have gone in past years to the symposium, you've told me that they make an afternoon out of it.
Yeah, it's really something spectacular. I don't think there's another campus in the country like it. Point Loma Nazarene University is built into the cliffs overlooking the ocean. And there are some beautiful places to come early, have a picnic. There's a Greek amphitheater where we have our commencement, where you could have a meal there and watch the sun go down. You could eat in our dining hall. I encourage you to get there early because parking at any school like ours is always going to be a challenge. So I would encourage, the doors open at 6 o'clock. Here's the other cool thing, Paula, is that because we encourage people to get there early, we also have live music from 6 to 7. So we have some marvelous musicians playing while you're getting in and finding your seat. And it's already an awesome experience, even by the time the evening interview with the writer occurs.
And what you were mentioning about parking, now with technology, I've been on pretty much all the campuses for the major universities here in San Diego, and I go online, I check out the map, I make sure I write down the address of where I'm going to park. Sometimes I even print the map so I have it, or I have it ready on my phone. So I kind of know where to walk, and I'm not shy about asking for directions. Once I get on campus, if I'm not exactly sure where I'm going, I make sure to ask somebody and they point me in the right directions, or I just look for a map. And so far, I've been lucky at being able to find, and I'm really looking forward to to going to Point Loma Nazarene University for this Writer Symposium. I do want to mention that the San Diego Union-Tribune is a proud sponsor of this event.
We are very, very happy to partner with the Union-Tribune again. They've been terrific supporters of the symposium. They see the value of storytelling, of course. I mean, that's what journalism is.
Definitely. I know you're a journalist yourself as well. Dean, I know my colleague Luis Cruz is going to be there he's scheduled to be there on the 23rd to moderate and interview Maria Hinojosa. This is an opportunity for the audience also to be able to ask questions. That's a unique opportunity for them.
It is. And the afternoon forums with Anthony Doerr, William Finnegan, and Maria Hinojosa are a chance to get kind of up close and personal. It's a kind of an uncurated, informal chance to have some good dialogue about either social issues or about how do you start a podcast? How do you represent yourself well? There's just so many things that we can get into there, and it's always kind of a free-for-all, which I find really fun. Then the evening interviews, I do the sit-down interview, and we get into the craft of writing, and we really find out kind of the evolution of this person's story, and it's just some great inspiration.
Thank you very much, Dean. Thank you for being on the show. Something else that you'd like to add?
Back to the parking thing, there will be parking control people on campus. So it's not like everybody is going to just have to stop and ask for directions. There'll be a lot of help on campus, but get there early. It'll be awesome.
Yes, get there early. Make sure you pay for your parking, that you're in the right lot.
You don't have to pay for parking. You don't have to pay for parking at Point Loma.
That's great information.
No, we just want you to come.
Oh, wonderful. Well, thank you for sharing that. And again, it's February 21st through the 24th, the Writer Symposium by the Sea at Point Loma Nazarene University. Dean, thank you very much for being on the show. Thank you for organizing this event. I know you've been organizing it for many years. It's wonderful opportunities for San Diegans and people that are viewing this interview at different locations to come from our region to get to know some of these authors, to hear great storytellers, and learn also how they can be inspired to become great storytellers themselves. The Writer Symposium, the Writer Symposium by the Sea at Point Loma Nazarene University, sharing the address on screen. Tickets are $5 to $20. More information on the website, pointloma.edu/writers. Thank you very much, Dean, and thank you very much, everybody, for watching today. We appreciate it. If you would like to watch more of these interviews, you can go to SanDiegoUnionTribune.com/TogetherSDLive. Thank you, Dean. I look forward to seeing you soon, but I'm sure we'll be in contact before that.
I hope so. Thank you, Paula. It's just been fun talking with you about this. So thank you for your interest.
Likewise, I always enjoy having a conversation with you. Thank you very much, Dean. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Have a great day, everybody. See you soon.
News is more important today than ever before.
I'm currently outside Otay Mesa Detention Center.
I'm about to get a report at Sharp.
Out at Sunset Cliffs.
COVID testing site.
We live for these times when we're able to bring the news into the homes of people who need it the most.
I thank all of you for supporting our work.
When you subscribe to the paper, you're telling us that you believe in what we do.